My name's Todd Iveson. I've been in CASA for about 8 months now. I've had one case, two boys. All my life, I have worked with children a lot. Boy Scouts and Cub Scouts with my son, and Sunday school, and a camp counselor. All through my adult life, I've worked with children, both because I enjoy being around children, but also because, to me, it's that I once bought my wife a plaque that says something like, you've heard it before, that it doesn't matter how big your house is or anything like that, but what matters is if you've made a difference in the life of a child. And I truly believe that. In ways that you may not be able to, the child may not even realize 20 years after they've known you, but something you did perhaps will make their lives better in some way. Well, how important the work is. These kids have it rough. We're not involved unless they've been taken away from their birth home. And it's I can only imagine how frightening it is for a child to be taken away from their mother or their father when at such an early age, and so it's really important. And then the personal feedback is I've always loved kids, and it's fun getting to know the kids and getting to the point where they don't look at me as just another part of the court process, and I'm somebody that they have a relationship with. So when you see progress, I think is probably the most rewarding part. And I think for a lot of reasons, I think I didn't come into this completely naively. So I realized that progress wasn't going to be something you saw a lot of real fast. But it's another thing. Like I said, I've had this case for about 8 months, and it's the little things, the little pieces of progress, the fact that one of my boys who was having real problems with his anger issues, were to the point where he couldn't stay in class at school, and he had to be separated from everybody at home because he got violent. That hasn't happened for a couple of months. He still has anger issues, but he hasn't gotten to the point where it's out of control for a couple of months. That in itself is a reward, although he's such a smart kid, such a nice kid. So I want a lot more for him than that. But the judge that handles the CASA cases here in Boone County used to be a neighbor of mine, and I know her very well, and so I believe her when she says that it's really important to her to have the CASA perspective, that it gives her information that she can't get anywhere else. So I take that on faith. I love both my boys, but the younger one, the one that's had the more serious problems, because he's had more serious problems, I think it's a little more special. But I don't remember whether it was my third or fourth, maybe fifth visit with him when I showed up. Completely unsolicited and according to his foster, completely not coached. He came up and gave me a hug when I showed up. and he greets me with a hug every time now. And that's, it is very worthwhile, and I don't think there's nothing that I know of that you could spend your time doing that's more important. So, if you've got time and you want to help kids, this is something you should do.